I've already survived 100 days in my very first hardcore Bedrock world. We've already built a starter house, barn, enchanting room, mine entrance, and a lot more. But as someone who's only played Java before, there's still so much more I want to do, like beat the game and get an elytra, and I'd also love to try and defeat the Wither, which I've heard is way harder in Bedrock. We'll find out later in this video. As for now, our journey starts off on a rainy day 101. I heard fishing is overpowered in Bedrock, so I crafted a fishing rod to see if the rumors are true. I even tried enchanting it to increase our luck, but only got lure 1. And before I even got to start fishing, it started thundering, so I took a quick nap and then finally started fishing on a much more peaceful day 102. And just a few catches in, I got a better fishing rod that had Unbreaking 3, Lure 2, and Mending on it. Mending is especially huge since we can fish as long as we want to now without the fear of our rod breaking. And that's exactly what I did for the rest of the day. In the process, I got yet another fishing rod, but unfortunately it wasn't as good as our current one. On top of that, I got a power 3 bow, a bunch of fish, and some other random bits and bobs. I was very much enjoying the cozy fishing vibes, so I spent 3 more days seeing if I could catch anything valuable. Eventually I caught another fishing rod that had lure 2 on it, so I combined that with our current one to get a better fishing rod with lure 3. And let me tell you, that had me catching fish super fast. Honestly, I could have kept fishing for a good while longer since I was really enjoying it, but there's still a ton of other stuff to get done, so I decided to just call it a day with an inventory full of useful loot. We also got 3 stacks of fish, which should tie us over for a good while. Next up, I think it's finally time to upgrade from this iron armor. We've had pretty abysmal diamond luck so far in this world, but maybe this epic looking cave will be our saving grace. And while I tried to find a section of the cave that went down to diamond level, I picked up all of the coal, iron, and copper that I could get my hands on. I continued searching the cave, but unfortunately it was a dead end. Kinda underwhelming for how cool the entrance looked, but oh well. I decided to just find a new cave and try my luck again. This one finally went down to deep slate levels, so I ran around on the hunt for more diamonds. Along the way, I bumped into a zombie spawner, but it didn't really have any great loot. At least to make up for it, the block game finally blessed me with more diamonds. It only ended up being 1, but at least with fortune 2 on my pick, I got a couple from just the single ore. I am super determined to get 24 diamonds though, so we can craft a full set of armor, so I pushed on. I had a bit of a jump scare when I got a little reckless in the deep dark, but luckily I was okay. I even came across another spawner, this time a skeleton one, but at least this one had some better loot like a music disc and a couple of name tags. The search continued on day 111, and I did find 4 more diamond ore, but even with fortune 2, we didn't get any extra, which kinda sucks. My luck on day 112 though completely flipped. Like seriously, I'm not even exaggerating, every corner I turned there were more diamonds. I even found a 10 ore vein, which is absolutely insane. That, combined with all the other ones I proceeded to find, resulted in over a stack of diamonds by the end of the day. I had way more than enough for a full set of armor at this point, so I started making my way back up to the surface. But even then, I kept bumping into more diamonds on the way, so I couldn't help but grab them too. I mean, they were basically begging to be mined, so I don't really know what else I was supposed to do. As I continued to search for the exit of the cave, I bumped into something I've never seen before. A baby zombie riding on the shoulders of a regular zombie. This must be a Bedrock thing because I have never seen that before. Also, I can't even lie, I was completely lost at this point, but after some searching, I finally found a section of the cave that went back up to the surface. The only issue was that I still had no idea where I was, so I kept running around looking for anything familiar. I somehow got completely turned around, and it took an embarrassingly long amount of time, but I finally found our base again. I really should have written down our coords before going on a crazy adventure, but oh well. Back at our house, I organized our goodies, and here's a look at everything that we got. Not only did we get close to 2 stacks of diamonds, but we also got loads of iron, coal, copper, and more. And now that we finally had a substantial amount of the shiny blue stuff, I crafted myself a full set of diamond armor. Took us 116 days, but we're finally gaming now. To pay respect to our original iron armor, I displayed it on an armor stand, and I also realized you can display tools in Bedrock, which is like super cool, so I added one of our old picks as well. I noticed I had 31 levels at this point, so I went over to our enchanting house to try my luck. I ended up getting Feather Falling 3 on my boots, which is perfect for me since I'm pretty clumsy and always falling off of stuff. But moving right along, I thought I'd tackle getting our storage room a bit more organized since it's starting to get pretty messy. Luckily, I had a bunch of leather on hand, so I made some item frames and then placed them on the sides of all of the chests. This allowed me to display what I want to store in each of the chests, which is going to be super helpful. I also expanded over to the other side of the house where I have more chests that I've yet to utilize. In the end, it took a couple of days to get everything organized into our reworked storage system, but as you can see, it's neatly put away, which is going to save us a lot of time moving forward. That had me feeling super productive, so I carried that momentum forward by harvesting our crops. I didn't have time to get all of our farmland filled in during the first 100 days, but we are finally making some serious progress on it. We got a bunch of wheat in the process too, so I took the chance to breed our sheep and our cows. I also noticed I was back up to level 30, so I enchanted my sword and got sharpness 4, which I guess is pretty decent. I also renamed it to our base chords so that I hopefully don't get lost again. Feeling way less anxious about forgetting where my base is, I went on an adventure in the search of a village. I had to run around for a while, but I eventually spotted one. And it ended up being pretty close to some cherry trees, so before checking out the village, I chopped them down and got a few saplings. It is always nice to unlock more wood types for building. Closer to the village, I also found a ton of pumpkins, so I couldn't help but pick them up. Searching the village itself, there wasn't really any crazy loot, but I did grab a couple of bells and all of the hay bales. I also spotted a ruined nether portal off in the distance, so I couldn't help but loot that too. Anyway, my whole reason for finding a village in the first place was so that we could get some villagers and transport them back to our base so we can trade with them. We're like 1,000 blocks away from our base though, so I figured our best bet would be to transport them through the Nether. But after building a portal in the village and hopping through, it somehow brought us to our home base portal. I have no idea how it linked us to such a faraway portal, but this might actually save us a lot of time if we don't have to build a tunnel connecting 2 different portals. To test my theory though, I had to run all the way back to the village again. I then got 4 villagers into a couple of boats and dragged them over to the portal. Now it was time for the moment of truth. I very painfully got them all through the portal and then hopped in myself to see where we ended up. To my delight, I connected to my home base portal once again, so it was just a matter of rounding up the villagers and getting them through the portal one more time and back to the overworld. Just like that, we have 4 villagers at our base now, which is absolutely awesome. And since Bedrock is pretty deadly, I figured it'd be best to box them in until we figure out where we're putting them. Okay, so I've been giving it some thought, and I think I want to make like a proper villager breeder, just so that way we have like essentially an infinite supply of, villagers. I think that'll be pretty good. And I was thinking a good spot for it could be higher up on this hill, sort of where our enchanting house is, just like kind of up here. But first things first, let's build an actual staircase so we can access the area. I think I got the staircase all in place. Just right from the dock we can come all the way up, and then we have access to this area up here. We're probably gonna need a little bit more space to build though, so I think I'm just gonna carve back this hillside a little bit and then we should be good to go. I got the hill pushed back maybe like 4 blocks, but I'm still worried we're not gonna have quite enough room, so I think we need to build this like grass platform a little bit bigger as well. We've got a pretty decent sized platform to work with now, but the only issue is that it's, floating. I grabbed a few materials though, and I was thinking we could try to make some custom cliffs. I think that could look really cool. For the block palette, I want the darker blocks like this smooth basalt as well as this deep slate at the bottom, and then we can transition that into our tough blocks, and then at the very top we'll have our regular stone. It's a pretty simple block palette, but I think it should work nicely and look a whole lot better than some floating land. I've been messing around with this for a little bit longer than I'd like to admit, but I think I'm finally happy with the shape. It's looking pretty good now. Well, you know what? There's one more idea that I just had. We could probably swap out some of these top blocks with andesite for even more texture variation. Maybe like this block here, that one there, maybe even some of these lower ones too. So we'll go bing, bing, and boom. It is barely noticeable, but just a little bit of andesite in there I think does help. While working in this area though, I was thinking, and I want to swap out all of this stone around our enchanting house with grass. I think it'll look so much better. And I don't think it should take too terribly long to do, so let's just tear out all of this stone first. I think I will leave most of this gravel right here though, that's kind of going from the staircase over to the enchanting house, just so that we can have like a bit of a pathway. I think I've managed to clear out all of the space that I wanted to though, so let's get this all filled in with some dirt. And I would be using grass if I had it, but unfortunately I do not have any at the moment, so we're just gonna have to use this. Check this out, I just got all of the dirt in place and already it looks so much better. I want it to be grass blocks though, so let's see, is there somewhere where I can steal some grass from? Sure, right here. And I don't have silk touch on my shovel, so we'll just have to use our pick. But now that we have a couple of grass blocks, let's maybe just do one, I don't know, maybe right here. And then let's do our other one on the other side of our enchanting house, maybe just right here. Now it's really just a matter of waiting. Eventually this grass will spread all over the dirt. Oh, look at that, it's already doing it. I have gotten completely carried away with this terraforming. I think it's about time to get back to work on building the villager breeder up at the top. I guess I am gonna need a few materials to build it though, so let's quickly swing by our starter house. I know I'm just gonna need some like regular building blocks, so maybe we just go with like, I don't know, maybe these stone bricks. I will need some slabs too though, so let's just head over to our stone cutter, maybe turn like half of this into stone brick slabs, that'll work. Moving right along, I'm gonna need a couple of composters, and I always forget, is it slabs or fences? I don't know, let's see. Okay, what's the recipe? Okay, it's just slabs, okay, now I know. What else do I need? I think a bucket of water. Do I have one in here? Okay, I do. Perfect. I'm also going to need some rails and a minecart. So let's grab some of this redstone, some of this gold, as well as the iron. And then I think I need some sticks too, right? Which I should hopefully have in here. Okay, yeah, I have a lot of sticks. Anyway, let's go ahead and make ourselves maybe just like 6 powered rails. And then I'll just make one batch of regular rails as well. And then we're also going to need a minecart. So let's just make one of those. Oh, you know what? I should make more than one just so that we can transport more than one villager at a time if we want to. I think there's just a couple more things that we need, and one of those is a dispenser, so first things first, let's just grab some of this cobblestone, and then let's also head over to this chest where I should have some string. Perfect, and I think I just need like 3. And then let's make ourselves a bow, and then we should be able to make ourselves, yeah, a dispenser. The very final thing we need is a bunch of beds, but luckily we have a bunch of sheep in our barn, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. And I want these beds to be extra fancy, so I'm just dyeing all of our sheep red. Alright, give me all of your wool, I need this, thank you very much. I just realized a bit of an issue, and that's that we don't have any grass in here, so these sheep aren't going to be able to get their wool back. That's kind of lame. No worries, we can quickly fix that. Let's just grab a few of these grass blocks. And then just like we did around our enchanting house, I'll place a few of these down so the grass can slowly spread. And you know what, sheep? I'm feeling nice, so here you go. You can breed. Fine, you too, cows, here you go. I was wondering when this guy was going to show up. What's up, Mr. Wandy T? How's it going? What do you have for us today? Let's take a look. Okay, it's looking like the only good thing that he has are these pale oak saplings, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to get 20 emeralds to buy 4 of them. I guess I can't really be too mad at this guy just because I'm broke, so you know what? This one's on me. It's alright, Mr. Wandy T. Hold on just a second. Look at this. We have a wandering trader right here, and then I just noticed over in our barn, we have a second wandering trader. I didn't even know that was possible, but alright, Mr. Second Wandy T, do you have any cool trades? It is not looking good. These are pretty underwhelming trades, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, you know what? That is totally fine. Mr. Wandy T, just staying here with the stinky cows, that's fine with me. Oh man, this is unreal. I keep getting distracted, but anyway, let's finally use this red wool to make a bunch of beds. It took us long enough, but we should finally have all the materials we need to build up this villager breeder. Well, I'd like to build it if there wasn't a creeper raid on our build site. Get out of here, guy. The first step for this villager breeder is to add all of the beds, so we'll start with just 3 like that, and then get rid of these temporary blocks below. And then directly underneath these, we'll do 3 more beds. The next step is to dig a hole right in front of that, and I'm pretty sure it just needs to be 3 blocks deep, as well as 3 wide and 3 across. Along with that, we also need to remove these 6 blocks right here, as well as this one. And then we'll do a dispenser right here, and then a rail line going up to the surface. Probably just extend this like 2 more. To push the villagers over to the rail, let's do a bucket of water, and then on top of the dispenser, let's throw down a button. And this might be a little bit tricky, but we need to do slab, and then we'll do a temporary block right here. And then right in front of that, a fence, and then we can get rid of this dirt block. We need another full block right here, and then we'll do a temporary block, and then a couple of composters on either side, and then get rid of this temporary block. And now it's time for the really tricky part. We need to get 2 villagers on top of this fence right here. So maybe just to help ourselves out a little bit, we can do like a bit of a temporary box. And then I think the easiest way to do this is just going to be to make a staircase going all the way to our villagers. And I'm definitely going to need to make some more rails, but the idea is to extend this all the way up to the villager breeder. Let's just do this super quick. We'll go here, grab ourselves a few sticks, come over to here, grab some iron, then just pop over to our crafting table, and we'll go, where's the rails? There we go. Probably just like 1 more. Okay, maybe 2 more just to be safe. Alright, I got more rails, so let's get the last of these placed in. And I'm not exactly sure the best way to actually get these guys into the minecarts. I don't know, maybe I'll just try to like place those down, and then I'll do a minecart right here. And then let's see what happens if I break this boat. Hopefully one of the guys ends up in there. Maybe not, maybe I have to give it a little bit of a push, and okay, there we go. Now we can just get this connected up, and then hopefully I'll be able to push this guy all the way up to the top. Alright, there you go. Please land on the fence. Okay, perfect. I just need to break the minecart though, and hopefully this doesn't hurt him. Okay, nice. Just gotta do that 1 more time, and then we should be good. I'm gonna be a little bit more risky here. Let's try to break that boat, and please get into the minecart. Nice, nice. You're my friend. I like that. Pushing the second villager right now, and there we go. Just gotta break the minecart again. With all of the villagers in place, let's get rid of all of these temporary blocks. Also, why is there so many dogs around here? Look at this. There's a couple right there, and then there's another one up here on the hill. I gotta grab some bones for these guys. If I'm remembering correctly though, we have an absolute ton of them. Okay, yeah, almost 2 stacks. Let me grab these. No way, I think they all disappeared. Where did they go? There's just 3 of them here. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Did all 3 leave? That actually kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. Check this out though. There's a cat up here. I want to go grab some fish and try to tame this guy. Hopefully he doesn't disappear too. And I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of fish from fishing earlier. Let's see. Okay, I'll just grab some of this raw cod. I got some fish. Please let the cat still be there. I want a cat so bad. Come on. Yes, the cat is still here. Come here, come here. Please be my friend. Please be my friend. Yes. I am so happy that we got ourselves a cat, but to celebrate, I think it's about time to check in on my real life cats. If you haven't seen one of my videos before, I like to use my 2 cats, Munchie and Mittens, to guilt trip all of you into liking the video. Seriously though, it goes such a long way in supporting the channel, so I greatly appreciate all of you taking a second to do it. Getting back to Minecraft, let's make sure the cat that we just found is safe inside of our house. Welcome to your new home. As for our villager breeder, there's just one more. Oh, another kitty? Another kitty. Let's go. Come over here, cat. I want you, please. Come here. Be my friend. Be my friend. Please be my friend. 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 Are we friends now? Oh yeah. As I was trying to say, there's just one more thing we need to do to make this villager breeder functional, and that's give these guys a bunch of food. And I think just using bread will work out pretty nicely for ourselves, so let's take a second to harvest our farm. And I'm also going to expand the farm while I'm at it and see how much we can get filled in. These are the last of my potatoes, but check this out. After replanting, I was able to get the entire bottom, second, and third tiers of our crop farms completely filled in. All that's left is this final section on the 4th and final tier. I've also been alternating the potatoes and the wheat every single tier, so once it all grows up, it's going to be looking super satisfying. Anyway, let's stay focused and use this wheat for what we got it for, and that's of course crafting a bunch of bread. And the hope is that if I give this bread to the villagers, they'll make us some brand new babies. Those hearts are a very good sign. Let's go. Is there any babies popping out yet? I'm waiting. There we go! A brand new baby. Let's go. Okay, I'm super relieved and super happy that this thing is working. There's something I quickly need to do before I forget, and that's give this second cat that we found a proper home. And I was thinking inside of our enchanting house could be perfect, so take a little seat there, kitty. Welcome to your new home. I can already tell this little guy is going to give us the best enchant luck ever. I am so ready for it. I'm really glad that our villager breeder is working, but it's a bit of an eyesore, so the next thing I want to get started on is building some type of house around it. So I spent a few days building, messing around with different designs until I finally settled on something that I was happy with. And there it is, right on top of the hill, perfectly covering our villager breeder. I went for a pretty simple design, just deep slate and smooth basalt for kind of like the main walls, and then a little bit higher up I have some of these oak logs plus diorite. And then just to break up the walls themselves, I included a lot of these windows using spruce fences and trapdoors, which I think look pretty nice. And it's pretty much the exact same thing at the back, and you can also see for the roof I used a spruce trim and then filled in the rest with oak wood. I tried to make the entire shape pretty similar to our enchanting house just because they are so close together, so you know, they kind of look cohesive. As for the interior, you can see it's pretty basic, you know, I didn't really do a whole lot to it, just added some of these copper torches around to light up the area. Looks like we got a bit of a visitor. What up, Enderman? Do you like our villager breeder? I think he likes it, but anyway, I was just trying to say that the rail system ends right here, but we can probably do like a tunnel or something like that to extend it further. Also, we have a slight issue, well, actually a pretty big issue, and that's that our villagers aren't making any more babies. I don't know what's going on. I already tried breaking and placing these beds back down, but that didn't seem to do the trick. I did, however, bring a bunch of potatoes with me, so I think I'm gonna try giving these guys like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 stacks. Wait a minute, I just realized the issue. There's more than 2 villagers in here. The babies must be getting stuck on that fence and then growing up and getting stuck in here. That is actually really bad and quite annoying. I'm not exactly sure how to fix this one. I need to take out my anger on something. Come over here, wandering trader. Actually, wait, do you have anything good? Not really. Okay, come over here, guy. Get out of here. Wow, surprisingly, I'm feeling quite a bit better after that, so I'm just gonna grab some supplies from our starter house and try to fix this thing. Sadly, I don't think there's any avoiding it. I need to break this fence, and all of the villagers are gonna drop down. Okay, so I guess there's just 1 hiding in there. We now have 4 total. And I want to replace where we had that fence with an iron bar, and I'm hoping that'll make the babies drop down as it's a little bit thinner. Okay, now let's try to get these villagers back in place before I completely crash out. There we go, second villager. Just gotta break the minecarts. There. Oh no, he fell down. Are you kidding me? Please. That took way too long, but we now have 2 villagers inside of the breeder. I'm just gonna go ahead, give these guys maybe a couple of stacks of potatoes, there you go. And I just realized something else that might be an issue, and that's that I keep hearing zombie noises. I wonder if these guys are scared. I have no idea where these sounds are coming from though. Oh, this might be it, this might be it. Do I drop down? All right, let's send it, full send, full send. Dude, here is where they were coming from. 3 zombies, get out of here guys. You're scaring my villagers. You too, Skelly, goodbye. Alright, I'm lighting up this entire cave. There's even more zombies and like a drown over here. Oh my goodness. Just gonna keep spamming torches all over the place. Hopefully this helps. Well, I got rid of all of the mobs and tried to light up the cave as best as I could, but unfortunately still no baby villagers. You know what? Maybe the villagers just need a bit of a break. I know I definitely do, so let's work on something else for a bit. And since we still do have 2 villagers just kind of hanging out down here, I think it's about time to make them a proper home. And I have a pretty fun idea of what I want to make for them, but huge shocker, I need a bunch of spruce wood to build it, so let's chop down some of these trees. Also, I just noticed a bunch of these trees haven't grown, and I already did rework this tree farm one time to avoid that, but I'm still having the same issue, so I probably need to fix it again. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. For now, let's just focus on chopping down these trees. I got all of the trees chopped down, but I just want to fix this farm before I forget, so I think we just need to remove probably like these 4 inner dirt patches. And then instead of having 8 spots for trees, I think we'll just have 6. So let's dig out a spot right here, and then we'll just come over to this spot as well and dig out a spot right here too. And then we just need to fill these in with dirt, just like so. And then my hope is that these are spaced far enough apart now where they kind of won't be getting in each other's way and they can actually all grow. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but hopefully that's our tree farm fixed. But now that we have a bunch of wood, let's go ahead and turn probably like 2 stacks of these logs into planks. And then we're gonna need a bunch of slabs, so I'll probably turn like 2 stacks of the planks into those. And then on top of that, we're gonna need a bunch of stairs, probably just like that much to get us started anyways. And then I'm not 100% sure if I'll need them, but I'll also make some trapdoors. I was just about to start building, but look at this. 2 of our villagers escaped. How did you guys get out of there? I'm so confused. How did these guys get out? What is going on? Oh, here's one of the villagers. Get back in the hole. And here's the second villager. Please get in the boat. Please. Why are you not going in the boat? Get in the boat, please. Dude, get in the boat. You're standing right on it. Get in. There we go. Okay, you can stay there for now. As for our villager breeder, I'm just gonna block this off with some planks, so hopefully nobody else escapes. You know what? I'm not gonna let these villagers make me crash out. Let's just get back to building. And my idea is to build some houses kind of into this cliffside, which can make some really nice housing for our villagers. It's kind of impossible to navigate right now though, so the first thing I want to do is use some of this spruce wood that we got to build some walkways kind of weaving up the cliff. I decided a staircase would probably work best, and then I just want to build a platform that we can actually walk on using some slabs just at this height. I got the first platform in place and it's already looking pretty good, but it does look a little bit unsupported, so I think I just want to place down some of these spruce logs underneath them. I think it's a good idea to do another one at the very end, just like that, and then I'll just do one more in the very center right there. And then maybe on this other side, we just do one more log right here, and yeah, I'm liking that. I think that's our first platform totally done now. It's looking pretty cool. It's like a little bit skinny up here to walk, but I think it'll work. However, I think I want to make 2 more platforms higher up, so maybe let's just remove that slab and then we can do a stair, and then we'll do like a staircase kind of going up in this direction. I think it's easiest to see from the bottom here, but we now have a staircase going up to this level, and then the second tier will be right here. Good thing we have feather falling on our boots now, because it's a little bit nerve-wracking walking on the side of the cliff like this, but anyways, let's get these slabs placed in and the second platform built up. And there we go, the second tier is now in place. As I mentioned earlier, I want to have 3 tiers for these kind of walkways, so I think we'll have the staircase for the third and final tier somewhere about here. And I think you kind of get the build style that we're going for by now, so I'm just going to get this in place and show you the final result. And just like that, the third platform is built up, so we have some really nice walkways to build some houses on now. And check this out, a wandering trader came to inspect our work. What do you think, Mr. Wandering Trader? Do you like it? I think he does like it, and I wish I could say the same thing about his trades, but those are kind of garbage. I do not like those. Goodbye. Anyway, I want to get started on building the first house, but I do just need a couple of materials to build it, and the first of which is going to come from underground, so let's just head down our staircase here. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude, that almost just gave me a heart attack. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was just trying to say one of the blocks that I want to use is some tuff, and hopefully there's some... Okay, there's some right here, so this is awesome. Let's just gather some of this up, and we should be good. No way, there were some diamonds hiding in this tuff deposit. Let's see how many this is. Okay, 1. Oh, it's a big one. Okay, what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? No, it's 8, right? Yeah, look at that, 8 diamonds, let's go, that's awesome. Well, that was a nice surprise, but I still do need more tough blocks, so I'm just gonna mine a bit more of this and then get out of here. I'm pretty sure I have all the other materials I want to use inside of our starter house, but there is just one thing I'm kind of low on, and that's birch wood, so I'm just gonna chop down a few of these trees and then we can finally get to building. And then for this first house, I just want to make it on the lowest of the 3 platforms, and I'm thinking on this side will work out pretty well for ourselves. I think I'm gonna have to shave back the cliffside a little bit here though to make room for it. That should be good enough to start anyways, and then just for the foundation, I want to use some of these tough bricks going all the way around, and then I'll probably raise these up to like 4 blocks tall, just going all the way across. And then let's see, maybe I'll do a door like right about here, and then just to break up this wall even more, maybe a window right about there. Also, just straight tough bricks is a little bit boring, so I just want to go back and sprinkle in some regular tough blocks here for a bit of texture variation. And I want to go for a Tudor style, which will probably look best if the second floor is sticking out by 1 block, so let's just do some alternating slabs and trapdoors just like so. But before we get too carried away on the second floor, I want to get this window in place just using some grates, and then for some shutters we'll do some spruce trapdoors on either side just like that. And then I also want to finish up this entrance, so let's do an upside down stair in each of the corners, hop back here, and then we'll do trapdoor and trapdoor. And then right below that we'll do a regular door, not like that. Let me break this one real quick. What am I trying to do? Just like that. There we go. And let's just take a bit of a better look from the dock, and okay, yeah, I'm liking that. Let's get started on the second floor next by doing an oak pillar, maybe just coming up like, I don't know, 5 blocks tall. And then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side, so 3, 4, and 5. And to create a peak in the very center, let's come up even higher, so that would be 5 right here, and then we'll come up like 6, 7, 8, and maybe 9. And then I want to fill in the rest of the second floor walls with birch, but I am going to strip all of these logs just like that. And then for the rest of this, I'll probably just do like regular planks going all the way up. I really need some proper scaffolding, but I'm liking the look of this, so let's repeat the exact same thing on this side. So we'll do 3 birch logs just like that, and then strip these of course. And then you know the drill by now, just gonna fill in the rest of this with birch planks. We definitely need to throw some windows on this bad boy, so let's dig out a spot right here and maybe another one right there. And then just like we did for the first floor, let's use some grates to create the actual windows, and because I can't help myself, I'm also going to add more of these shutters. Wait, what? Okay, that is not how that would have placed if I was playing in Java. That was weird. I gotta be facing it directly, I guess. Okay, a couple of trapdoors, flip those up, and there we go. Honestly, I feel like grates are super underrated. I love using these things as windows. There's just one more thing to add, and that's a roof, and I'm just gonna go for a super simple peak going right up to the center. And here's a final look at the house. I am quite pleased with how this thing turned out, and it looks especially awesome built right into the cliffside. But now that the exterior is finished, I think it's about time to head inside and get to work in here, because look at this right now, it's just all stone. We gotta dig out a giant area in here so we can bring the villagers inside. As you can see, I got a pretty decent sized space cleared out, so let's go ahead and get the floor placed in, and I'm just going to use some oak planks. As for the walls, let's just use the same block palette that we used outside, which is of course regular tough and tough bricks mixed together. And then for the ceiling, I just want to go for one of my favorite designs, which is alternating slabs and trapdoors. And the whole reason for building this house was to have somewhere to store villagers, and let's just see, how many stalls can we have in here? Looks like 4, honestly, pretty happy with that. And I'm not 100% sure if you need them in Bedrock, but just to be extra safe, I want to throw some beds on top of here. You know, I'd rather be safe than sorry, so why not? And I already went ahead and made a bunch of rails, so it's just time for the tedious part of getting 4 villagers moved inside of the house. You know what, before we go totally crazy with our rail system, maybe we should just try pulling them in some boats using leads. I think that would be way easier. So let's just break down this wall. What's up, guys? I have no idea why I didn't just do this from the get-go. I swear I just made like 3 stacks of rails for nothing. It's really hard to get them upstairs though. Maybe we can do something like this. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. Okay, please don't take fall damage, guys. Get up here, get up here. Nice. Okay, now try not to fall off the platform there. Last little stretch, get inside the house, please. There we go. Alrighty, that's 2 villagers. Just need to grab a couple more. And before I forget, let's just tear down this old box. I mean, as much as I do love spruce, this thing is an eyesore. And we do already have this escapee who we trapped in this boat over here, so we just need to grab one more villager from inside of the breeder. Wait, why is that door open? Oh, please tell me it's nothing bad. Why is that door open? No! Oh man, this villager breeder is like the most cursed thing ever. No matter what I do, it just can't seem to work. Also, I can tell there's at least 3 villagers on top of this iron bar, so it's still not working properly. You know what? I'm just gonna trap that zombie down there. Maybe he can... Oh wait, this thing's working. No! No, the babies are all gonna die. Oh, there's 4 babies. Oh, this is... I can't watch. I can't watch. I'm sorry, babies. I'm so sorry. You know what? Let's just cover this up with some dirt and act like we didn't see anything. And we just need one more villager, so maybe I can just place down a boat and sneak one of these guys inside of there. Did we get one? Oh, we did, nice. And by the looks of it, there's at least 2 villagers here still, so we can fix this later. I got our villager out, but just so that nothing else gets in or out of here, I think let's just box it off with some dirt. And then we can just put our doors back here, and we'll just act like nothing happened. I have no idea what I was expecting to see in that villager breeder. Definitely not that. Wait, why are you guys breeding right now? What are you doing? I really don't need any... Oh, no. I really don't need any more babies right now. I really just want you guys to come to the house. Okay, this pillaring strat worked pretty good last time, so come up here, villagers, and then I'm just gonna break my legs. Hopefully you guys make it. Yes, nice. They're kind of riding on top of each other. Ayo, why does that look... Wait, why does that look so weird? What? Okay, I don't know why so many hearts are showing up. I really don't want these guys to breed, but at least we got all 4 villagers inside of the house now. Let's try to get this first villager in place, so I'll do a minecart there, and then break this boat like that, and then get in there. Okay, nice. Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. First villager is in. Really hoping villager number 2 will be that nice to us as well. Let's place down that minecart, get rid of this boat, and then try to get in there, please. Thank you. Wow, these villagers are finally being nice to me. Thank you so much. And there we go. All 4 villagers are now in their stalls. As for what I want these villagers to be, I think having 2 Fletchers is a good idea. That way we can easily trade sticks for emeralds. And then for these other 2 guys, I want them to be librarians, and I'm going to try to get a mending trade as well as a protection 4 trade. Let's take a look at this guy right now. What do you have for us? Infinity. That's actually not too bad, but I do want those other trades, so I'm going to have to break that, place it down, and keep trying that until I finally get the trade that I want. I have been breaking and placing this thing down for like 10 minutes, but check this out. Finally, we got ourselves a mending trade. And for not converting the villagers, it is kind of cheap, only 18 emeralds. Honestly, not too bad. Anyway, before something weird happens, let's just lock that in by trading some paper. There we go. And that also reminds me, I haven't locked in these Fletcher trades yet, so let me just trade some sticks with this guy. We'll hop over to here and trade some sticks with him too. All we gotta do now is break and place this lectern down to reroll trades with this librarian until we finally get our protection 4 trade. I seriously can't even make this up. I have been breaking and placing this lectern down for almost an hour. But finally, check this out, we got ourselves a protection 4 trade. And I was really worried it was going to be like 40 emeralds or something, but it's only 15, which is pretty good actually. But anyway, let's just trade some paper to lock it in. And with that, I'm finally happy to call our mini villager trading hall complete. I think it's a good idea to try and get some of the protection books to put on our armor, so I spent all of day 171 cutting down our spruce trees, as well as harvesting our sugarcane farm. I then used those materials to make a bunch of paper and sticks. And trading those with the villagers in our new house, I was able to get a ton of emeralds. With a decent supply of the shiny green stuff, I purchased the protection 4 books that I was after. Trading with the new villagers also gave me enough XP to enchant something, so I tried my luck with a new pick and got Unbreaking 3, Fortune 2, and Efficiency 3. After that, I used the books to add Protection 4 to every single piece of our armor. And now that we're a bit more geared up, I want to hop into the Nether and try to find a Nether fortress. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I really want to try to beat the game and defeat a Wither, and considering it's already day 175, we better get started on it. So I think I'm just going to run around until I find a fortress, and then we can try to get some blaze rods. Oh man, if these skeletons would leave me alone, get out of here skeletons, please. It's not a fortress, but check this out, just found a dried ghast. There's a second one here too, no way, thank you very much game. Now I'm just getting distracted looking for all of the dried ghasts. I need to stay focused and look for the fortress. Okay, we also need a bunch of pearls, so just along the way I am gonna kill any enderman that I see. Owie. Can you drop a pearl? There we go, first pearl, let's go, nice. What about you, do you want to give us a pearl? You do not. And look where these endermen led me, right over to a fortress, this is perfect. Oh, and he dropped a pearl too, thank you. There are so many endermen over here though, so I'm just gonna kill them all before heading over to the actual fortress. Nice, look at this, 11 pearls already, that is insane. I feel like I'd be happy with 15 pearls, which means we just need one more, and there we go. We got ourselves 15 pearls, which should hopefully be enough, so let's take on this fortress and try to get some blaze rods. Okay, we got a blaze over here, let's go. Oh, I thought he was gonna knock me off, that actually scared me. Come over here, Mr. Blaze, I need some blaze rods. Thank you. I think I'll be happy with 8 rods, so we just need a couple more. Alright, Mr. Blaze, be nice to us, please. There we go, got ourselves our 7th rod. Please, Blaze, I just need one more rod. There we go, okay, 8 rods, I think we're good. Yeah, we got ourselves 8 rods plus 15 pearls, which should be more than enough, so let's get out of here. I've never been so happy to see my home base portal. Get me out of here, I hate the scary Nether. As much as I'd love to just hang out in our cozy house with our cat and our couple of doggos, we are very quickly running out of time. So as you can see, I've already geared up a little bit. I tried to grab everything that we'll need to take on the Stronghold. There's just a couple more things to prepare though, the first of which is some rockets. I always forget to make these when I go to the end, and then I get the elytra and I'm like, what the heck, I do not have any rockets, so I'm gonna be smart this time. And then just one final thing to do, let's turn these blaze rods into blaze powder, and then I'll take that, combine it with some of these ender pearls to make these eyes of ender. And maybe just for now I'll make 8 of them, and then we can make more as we need to. For some reason I still feel underprepared, but anyway, let's go ahead and throw one of these eyes and see what direction the stronghold is. Okay, looks like this way. Hang on, I almost forgot something. That was a close one. I totally forgot to grab my arrows. I mean, I only have 30, but that's better than nothing. Alright, back to running this direction. This seems like a pretty good spot to throw another pearl. Let's go. Okay, still that direction. And rip, that one broke. No worries, that's why I got extras. Let's keep going this way. I feel like I maybe ran too far, but I guess let's just throw an eye and see. No, really, still going this way. Okay, I guess I can do that. Oh, that scared me so bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude, why did I do this to myself? I feel like I gotta be close. Let's throw another pearl and see. Really, still this way, what? Alright, let's give this another try, another eye. Where did that go? Okay, wait, this is actually good. Finally, it's going the other direction. Oh, we're getting close. I can smell it. Maybe it's like under this village. Let's throw another one. Where did that? It is. Okay, it's like right under this village. That is crazy. Alright, you know what that means? It's time to get to digging, and hopefully we bump into this thing. Look at that, just bumped into some stone bricks, so you already know what that means. We found the stronghold. Alright, any bad guys around here? Doesn't look like it. It feels like everywhere that I'm going is a dead end. Maybe this wall is fake? Let's see, sometimes it happens in Java. No. I feel like this thing is straight up just glitched, like every direction is a dead end. What is going on right now? Maybe this is a fake wall right here? Oh, it is. Okay, nice. Finally. I was seriously starting to think that this whole thing was just like bugged out. More loot. Let's see if there's anything cool. Ooh, an eye armor trim. Nice. There's also a library over here. Let's see if there's anything cool. I found a chest up at the top. Let's see if there's anything in here. Ooh, another eye armor trim, a bunch of paper and some books. I'll take it. Oh, and I found another chest at the bottom. Let's see. Okay, more eye armor trims. Nice. Fire protection 3 and sharpness 3. All right. Got some pretty good stuff. Let's keep looking around and try to find the portal. Creeper, goodbye. Ow, silverfish, get off me. I see some light down there. What is this? Oh, it looks like a second library. Alright, that's cool. Another enchanted book with Depth Strider 3, Knockback 2, and Piercing 3. Not bad. And we got ourselves another chest up here. What's in this one? Pretty much the same stuff, you know, more armor trims. What's this book, though? Projectile Protection 4 and Power 3. Not bad. The libraries are fun, but I really want to find this portal. Maybe it's down here. Let's see. Yes. Okay, here we go. The portal room. I don't even want to mess around with these silverfish. Let's just get rid of that. I'm just going to get my inventory a little bit sorted out. Maybe just throw some of the stuff that we don't need in here just for now. And I mean, hopefully we're not going to die, so I am just going to set my spawn right here. So, you know, once we defeat the dragon, this is where we'll spawn. I can't even lie. I am kind of nervous right now, but you know what? Enough stalling. Let's just go right ahead and make the rest of the eyes of Ender that we need. With those in hand, let's place all the eyes in all of these portal frames and light this thing up. Alright, first time attempting to defeat the dragon in Bedrock mode. Let's do it. I hear the dragon, we're kind of boxed in, we gotta dig up and find the surface. Okay, let's do it, let's do it. Oh! Why am I already getting attacked by a bunch of Endermen? I only have 32 arrows, so we need to be really careful. Let's see if we can get this first crystal. Boom, nailed it. I feel like I'm already running out of arrows, no way. Okay, come on. Oh, that scared me. Oh man, only 20 arrows left. Come on, we gotta get this crystal. There we go. Oh my goodness, this is so bright. I'm pretty sure I got all the crystals that aren't in the cages, so we'll just have to tower up for the rest of these. Okay, don't... Oh, whoa. I can't even talk. I just water bucket clutched that though. Come on, we gotta get back up here though and take out this crystal. Okay, quickly before he takes me out. There we go. One crystal down. Okay, this is the last crystal right here. Please don't blow me up. All right, let me water bucket clutch this again. Ow, my legs. I only have 11 arrows left, so I'm gonna have to take out this guy with my sword. Oh wait, I missed a crystal up there. No way. Let's take this one out. I'm scared. Okay, we're good. Oh, he's almost there. Can we get him? Oh, so close. Okay, he just landed. I think we can get him this time. Let's take him out. Come on, he's almost there. Let's go. Let's go. Just beat the game. Oh yeah, we're gaming. Give me all this XP. All right, I do want this egg though, so let's just give that a punch. And then let's dig a bit of a hole underneath it, place down a pressure plate, break this block right here, and then we should be able to get the egg. Perfect. And even though we just defeated the dragon, I still want to get an elytra, so we gotta hop into this portal here. And then the easiest way I know how to do this is to place down a trapdoor like that, close it, and then we can make our way through. Alright, we made it to the outer end islands, so all we gotta do now is run around until we find a city. At least bridging in Bedrock is a lot less scary than in Java, since I can, you know, be facing the right direction. That is actually really nice. I can't tell if it has a ship, but there is an end city over there. Oh, flashbang, what the... Dude, they added this update where they do these like end flashes, I think are what they call them. That is brutal though. I'm blind. Okay, I was trying to say though, there's an end city over there. I can't tell if it has a boat, but I am gonna make my way over to it. But I think I need more blocks for bridging, so I'm just gonna mine up some of this end stone. All right, I got a bunch of blocks, but it still might take me a few minutes to bridge over there, so just give me a sec. Well, my pinky is cramping from holding crouch for so long, but I had just enough blocks to make it over to this end city, and check this out, it does have a boat, so we can get an elytra. And honestly, I just want to start off by grabbing that elytra right off the bat, so let's pillar up to the boat. Alright, we made it to the boat, let's hop in here. Is there any shulkers trying to fend this thing? There is! Get out of here, shulker! Check it out, our first shulker shell, plus our very first elytra. Is there anything in these chests? Ooh, some diamonds, I'll take it. And anything else in this chest over here? A bunch of diamonds! Wow, I have never seen that many in a single chest. That is crazy. And what's this shovel? Oh, this is a really good shovel, look at that. Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 5, and Mending. That is insane. That is my new shovel, thank you. And I guess we might as well take these potions as well. I can't help myself, let's just throw on the elytra. And with that equipped, we should be able to just glide down to the main city. And shulker boxes are super useful, so I want to try to take out some of these shulkers and get some shulker shells. And you already know I'm going to loot every single chest that I find. What is this? Blast Protection 4? Not bad. Anything cool in this chest? Ooh, more diamonds, a pick as well with mending on it. Let's go. Alright, but let's get back to work getting some shells. Come over here, Mr. Shulker. Give me a shell, please. Thank you. I was able to get 10 shells, which is pretty good, but my sword is about to break, so I think it's about time to move on. But before leaving the end, I wouldn't mind grabbing a second elytra. I feel like they'd be pretty handy to have. There is another city over here, but I don't think it has a ship. But check this out, this one definitely does. Let's go grab the second elytra. There it is, thank you very much. I always like having extras of these. What do we have in these chests? A bit of gold, what is this pick? Curse of Vanishing, I'm good on that. And what is this? Some diamonds and some leggings? Thank you. Alright, but I think that's enough looting for now. Let's try to find a portal, and I think I saw one somewhere over here. Yeah, there it is. The question is, can I fly right into it? Let's see. Okay, I can't. That's fine, let's just do our trapdoor trick again and hop through. And there's just one more portal to hop through to take us back to the overworld. And check this out, the credits are rolling like some sort of pro gamer. What is this? Alright, that's enough of that. We are far from done this world. And I want to take all the stuff back home, but my inventory is like an absolute disaster right now, so I think we should just use some of these shulker shells to make ourselves a shulker box. Then we can just throw that down and throw a bunch of this junk in there. But with that, let's tear down all of this stuff and head back home. And we are quite far away from our base right now, but the good thing is we do have an elytra, so it shouldn't take us too long. And there it is, home sweet home, and I must say it is looking especially epic from a bird's eye view. Oh, this place is really shaping up. I went ahead and organized all of our loot, and check this out, we seriously got so much useful stuff. I am really happy about this. And I'd like to make a fancier spot for it eventually, but for now, let's just place our dragon egg beside our bed. I still do want to try to beat the wither before day 200, and to actually spawn the wither itself, we're going to need to get 3 wither skulls, and to just speed up the process of that a little bit, I want to try to get looting 3 on our sword. Luckily, we have a lot of levels from defeating the dragon, so let's just try this right off the bat. Fire aspect, let's see. Okay, that is not what we need. Maybe let's try a book instead. No, density, that is not what we need either. Alright, so we still do have enough levels for quite a few attempts, so let's just put our sword through a grindstone and try that again. No way, look at this, looting 3, that is exactly what I want, let's lock it in. And as a nice little bonus, we got sharpness 4 on it as well, that is very nice. We're very quickly running out of days to get this all set up though, so let's just quickly grab some milk and then head into the nether. At least this time we know where the fortress is, so that should save us some time. Just a matter of hunting these guys down now, and look at, no, wait, what? I'm not even joking, that was the second wither skeleton that I killed. Let's go. Oh, can I do this from this POV? Oh man, if we can continue to be lucky like that, I will definitely not be complaining. Having a little bit of trouble even finding wither skeletons to begin with right now though. Here's another one, please drop a skull, I will absolutely love you. Okay, no. Come over here, guy, I'll make a bit of a bridge for you, there you go. You gotta drop a skull in return though, alright? Nope. Okay, I feel good about this guy. He is definitely gonna drop a skull, right? Yes! Wait, okay. Alright, I guess the feeling was true. There we go, skull number 2. Okay, this is honestly going better than I thought it would. We just need one more skull and then we can get out of here. Alright, come on, just one more skull. Oh, this guy is super stingy. He didn't even drop like any bones or anything either. That is crazy. Come on, guy, give me my 3rd skull, please. Yes! Okay, 3 skulls. Let's go. Well, it only took us about half an hour to get all 3 skulls. Definitely, you know, not the best luck, but not the worst either. Before heading back to the overworld though, there's just one thing we need to pick up, and that's some soul sand. Alright, we now have everything we need to spawn a wither, so let's get out of here. I've heard fighting the wither in Bedrock is way harder than Java, so I'm a little bit scared, so I'm thinking maybe we can procrastinate just a little bit by doing a bit more building. And we never really completed our village built into the cliffside here, so I want to get to work building 2 more houses on the empty platforms. I ended up sticking to a very similar build style as the first house that we made, just because I wanted this area to look kind of like a matching little neighborhood almost, kind of built right into the cliffside. I went through that pretty quickly, so let me give you a bit of a closer look at these 2 houses that we just made. For this first one, I made the foundation out of deep slate and smooth basalt, and then for the second floor, I just used some spruce and oak, and then filled in the rest with some white blocks. As for the roof, I just used granite with a bit of jungle wood mixed in for a bit of texture variation. And then for this third and final house, I used some of the cherry wood that we got earlier, which created such a nice vibe. And I also really like this window design. I think this thing came out super cool. Really glad we got these houses built up. This area is feeling a lot more complete. And while we're in building mode, there was one more thing I wanted to tackle, and that's kind of upgrading our castle, because right now it looks kind of boring. And my thinking is just to add more of these kind of sections that we already have, just to make the shape a little bit more interesting. So maybe we can have like a 5 wide one, maybe right about here. And just like before, I want to do stone bricks on the corners, and then the inside can be stone, so maybe we'll make this direction like 7 blocks wide, so let's tear this out and replace that with some of these stone bricks. And then we simply just need to raise the walls a little bit higher. And then on the very top, to give it that classic castle look, we can just do alternating full blocks and slabs. And then we can be super duper creative and fill in the rest with some spruce. Anyway, I think you get the basic build style that we're going for, so I'm gonna get the rest of this open section over here filled in with these castle sections as well. There we go, I got those all in place, but they are looking a little bit blobby, so I wanted to use some of these brand new copper bars to add a few windows. And a bit of spruce might help as well, so let's also add some shutters. Maybe just do like a tiny little one on here, why not? And I think this one right here will be the very last one. I think that did help, but still, I would like to add more decorations, but unfortunately we are quickly running out of time. It is already day 199 and we still need to beat this wither. I went ahead and geared up a little bit, but I did notice one thing, and that's that our armor is about to break. Like, look at this is pretty bad. Good thing I still have a lot of levels and diamonds, so let's quickly repair all of this. I really don't want our armor breaking in the middle of a fight. And then I also want to try enchanting a bow. Let's see, Unbreaking 3, anything else? Oh, what? Wait, whoa, that is a crazy good bow, nice. Alright, but now that we're a bit more geared up, let's go take on the wither. And I have to be completely honest, I am pretty bad at this game, so if I don't cheese this thing a little bit, there's like a 99.99% chance I'll die, so yeah. I think the strat that I'm going to go for is to dig a really long tunnel inside of our mine, and then we'll try to fight him in here. And I think we should go quite a few blocks. I really don't want this guy to escape. Well, I've been digging so long that it's day 200, but check this out, we now have a massive tunnel. And I'd definitely be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous, but you know what, we can do it, let's spawn the wither. Alright, I got our bow out, I'm ready. Come on, wither, I'm not scared of you. Okay, just one arrow at a time, we got this. Whoa, look at this. Whoa, get back in the tunnel. I have only one more milk. This is getting dangerous. No. Potion. Okay, let's just take it slow. Let's just heal back up. Okay, here he is. Let's get some damage off. Let's try to get some damage off. Oh, it's so dark too. Okay, come on. Okay, let's go heal. Where's my tunnel? Oh. Okay, he's at like a 3rd health. We can do this, I believe. Oh. Okay, I'm milking. I only have one more potion left and one more golden apple. This is getting scary. Oh, it's getting really scary. Okay, come on. Let's get some damage off. Potion. Oh, no, we just have one golden apple left. This is getting bad. I'm not scared. Get over here. I'm not scared. Take him out. Just do it. Just power through. Okay, golden apple. Oh, where is he? Let's just take him out. He's almost there. He's almost dead. Almost dead. Come on. Oh, where is he? He's so low. But so are we. We're like 3 hearts. Come on, take him out. What is this? Is he dead? Am I dead? Eat. What is that? Why is he geeking? We're 2 hearts. Please, if we die like this is gonna be so bad. Not like this, we're 1 heart. Please. No, we're half a heart, please. Oh my goodness. Oh, give me the star. We earned that. Look at all this destruction from the Wither. Like, this is insane. He did reveal a bunch of diamonds, though, so I guess that's nice. Oh man, even cheesing the Wither, that was still such a hard fight. That guy is definitely harder to beat in Bedrock. That is for sure. Oh, that was so close to being the end of the world. Oh man, he almost actually ate through the entire tunnel, too. That was close. You know what, though? We did it. Let's go back to the surface. And let's flex a little bit by displaying our Nether star in an item frame. But with that, we've officially survived 200 days in hardcore Bedrock. As always, if you want to explore this world for yourself, there'll be a world download on my Patreon, as well as for all Tier 2 members on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, happy building, and I'll catch all of you in the next video.